Hey, it was just about a year ago that we broke 100,000 subscribers, and ever since then I've been thinking I'm ready to start a new series here at That Kilted Guy DIY talking about home energy efficiency. In this series, what we're going to do is we're going to cover everything from building the house from the ground up with super energy efficiency to modifying your existing home to improve the energy efficiency. We'll cover everything from insulation to thermal bridging to air sealing to heat exchangers, caulking, different methods of caulking, foaming, and insulation. We're going to talk about things like foam insulation, blown in, all kinds of different ways. So be sure and follow us on that series. And in today's video, we're going to talk about Rockwool insulation. I think it's one of the best. I think you're going to like it. So let's do that right after this. Okay, today I want to talk about this Rockwool insulation. Now, I'm not sponsored by anybody. This is not a paid commercial or a video, but I have been studying how to build energy efficient houses. We're hoping to build a house sometime this year if we can find the land and everything. And I've been studying a lot about advanced framing techniques, how to build an energy efficient house, including building a house that's passive certified, kitty friendly, because we got 5 of them. Don't rub on this, buddy. And one of the things I've learned about is this Rockwool. Now, I'll be honest, I knew some about this stuff, but I've learned a lot from a guy called Matt Reisinger. Now, if you want to learn about advanced building sciences, he's really the go-to guy. Go check him out. He's the one that has showed me a lot about the advantages to this, so I'm going to point out what I've learned about it and why I like it. Now, obviously, there's a lot of different options when it comes to insulating your house. You can do Rockwool, you can do the fiberglass, you can do blown in cellulose in the wall, blown in cellulose in the ceiling in the attic. You can do blown in fiberglass in the attic. You can do closed cell spray foam, open cell spray foam. There's a lot of different options. Well, closed cell is really expensive. This is a little bit more than fiberglass, but I like it a lot, and I'm gonna show you why. There's several reasons. One is kind of holds its shape nicely. You look at it, it's kind of squared off. It fits into cavities. My cat's trying to climb my back here. It fits into cavities of the 16-inch cavity, which is really 15 and a half, or I think it's less than that. Anyway, it fits into those cavities really nicely, so it's just a friction fit. You don't have to have paper face with a tab that you staple on, and then that makes the studs kind of disappear for the drywallers. This just fits in there, so that's one advantage. Number 2 is this is really good at dampening sound. Now, Rockwool did a booth at one of the trade shows one year, and they built a tunnel and they lined it with the Rockwool, nothing else. And when you walked into it, you couldn't hear any of the rest of the trade show.
The sound goes way down.
It's completely sound dead in here.
Now, granted, when you put the sheetrock on the wall, it's going to decrease that because it can't absorb it quite as much, but it's going to help a lot in quieting your house down. Now, if you want purely quiet and not insulating value, they have one called Safe and Sound. That one has no R rating. It's meant just for sound dampening. So this one is for having an R value. It has a really good R value. It's right up there. I think it's right around 3.3 per inch. So you'll get more R value out of closed cell spray foam, but again, it's really expensive. One of my biggest fears with a house is not hurricanes or any of that. Where we live, we don't really have natural disasters. I'm here in western slope of Colorado. We don't really have anything. We don't have avalanches. We don't have floods. We have minor flooding around the river. We don't have earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, tidal waves. There's really no natural disasters except for forest fire. There's not that much here because right outside of town is desert, and I mean dirt desert, no plant life. But right up above us in the mountains are trees. So it could potentially hit here, start going through the town. Well, this stuff won't burn. Rockwool is actually made from, it's called mineral wool. It's basically made from stone, spun stone. So they advertise it as made from, I think, stone or rocks. So it won't burn. So we're going to take a little torch here and just show you. You can probably see here. See, I'll get it up a little bit closer. Let me turn that up a little bit. My thumb hit it. There we go. You can see it'll glow because it's little strands of that stone. But even after quite a bit of time, I've seen demonstrations, it just goes out. There's nothing there to burn. So that's a big advantage because of all the things in my house that I worry about, fire is the most devastating. I can repair flood damage, from leaking, say, a burst water line. Those can be fixed, but fire, it kills you, your pets, wipes out all your souvenirs, your lifelong mementos, photos, all that stuff. It's just, I've been involved in a few fires. My dad's big shop burned down. My mom's rental house burned down. When I was about 3, I burned down a 5-acre field. So I'm now really concerned about fire. So that's one good benefit of it. So here's another one. Let's say you have a leak somewhere outside, inside, whatever, and it gets into your wall. A lot of insulation, including fiberglass, it will just soak it up. Fiberglass doesn't exactly absorb the water into the fibers, but it's so loose and fluffy like cotton candy. I've torn lots of drywall off and found the fiberglass insulation to be soaked underneath because it's kind of like a sponge. So we'll blown in cellulose. So a lot of them, they don't have very good water resistance. Well, this one does. So let's just do a little quick demonstration here. If I pour water on it, it's not to say that nothing will go into it, but you can see it just runs right off of it. And that's partly because it's so dense, it just doesn't want to go in. And also because it's that stone material like that. So another cool thing is on a job site, a lot of time if it's new construction, you might want to go around and mark walls for quiet rock here, 5/8 here, 1/2 inch here, don't hang anything here. You might want to make notes for plumbing, all kinds of things. Well, normally you can't do that. It's hard to do on fiberglass, even if it's got the faced paper. This, you can actually write on it. That side was the smoother side, but I got it all wet. But either way, you can see, you can write on it if you're careful. So I just put my name on there. You can take spray paint and mark it. It's really handy to be able to go around and mark your walls up, leave notes. Maybe you want to mark where to stock the rock instead of having to be there. The rock stalkers, they show up and they know where to put it. Okay, this is also easier to cut to me than fiberglass. Fiberglass is so kind of mushy. I have a hard time cutting it. You need a really sharp knife to get through everything. Because of this kind of durability, you take like a long, say like a bread knife with the serrations, and you can saw right through this, cut around electrical boxes, whatever you need to. It also tends to have less particulates in the air. On a job with fiberglass, there's often little bits of fiberglass everywhere, and if you don't wear a mask all the time, you come home choking and coughing, even if you're just hanging in the drywall. It's stirring that up. This doesn't stir up near as much. Now the old school Rockwool did. That's one reason I hated it. I once had to go up into a attic space of a manufactured home with a really crappy tight attic. You could barely move in it. We had to remove all of the blown in rock wool because of fire damage. The smoke got up in there, and let me tell you, that was miserable. It was just like little bits going everywhere. We were fully suited up head to toe. We had our gloves taped on, the whole works. So that's another advantage to it. So hey, I'll try and remember to put a link to the Rockwool website and go check that out and see what you think. But before you go, if you are interested in taking drywall courses, we're going to be coming out with drywall courses that are geared towards total novices, intermediate, advanced. We're going to have a bunch of them. We're going to have a business building course, how to build your drywall repair business, get a lot of referrals, customers, and ratings. We're going to teach you how to bid the jobs, all kinds of stuff. We're also going to be releasing all kinds of ebooks, from how to get rid of popcorn ceilings, all the different methods, including if it has asbestos, skim coating, putting another layer on it, removing it, scraping it, sanding it. We're going to talk all about it. It's going to be a complete course in itself. We're going to have courses on how to apply textures, how to match textures, and more. So go check those out at thatkiltedguy.com, and you'll see a link there where you can sign up. Sign up for that. I'll notify you each time we put one out, and I'll give you a discount code for signing up early. Hey, if you want to increase your learning power 1,000%, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that thumbs up. After you subscribe, look for that bell, click the bell, and you'll get notified of all the videos. And hey, this month I want to give thanks to all of my Patreon supporters. You guys have been with me for a long time, some of you for years, and I really appreciate your support. Your support helps me put out more content like this. Thank you so much. Hey, you see these other things popping up here? These are clickable links. If any of those interest you, click on one. I'm sure it'll help you out. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care, everybody.